Hello, my friends, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, G&E Show East to West. Jack Shaw is hosting. Yes, I love talking to you and I love talking about U.S. politics. But before we touch politics, I got a little thing, some complaint to talk about T-Mobile. T-Mobile, if they're watching, if they happen to be watching, though, I called them this morning. They charged me. They sent me a message saying that I owe them $11. And I checked my payment record. I paid them 27th of February. And next bill won't come become due until 27th March. And they're squeezing you for money even between. Of course. When I call, they say, okay, we give you the $11 of credit, whatever. You don't have to do so, but what you did is really got me upset. And there's another time I overlooked the amount. It was $161.96. I paid 69 cents. And they stopped my service for that.
You're the wrong person for them to get upset.
And you had to pay $20 for restoration fee. Yeah. And then once again I called, I got a service back, saved my restoration fee. What if people did not call? What if people were just capitulated into the situation, paid the $20, there's extra chance of making money, am I right?
Sure, they'd keep the 20.
All right, okay, back to politics. Anyway, so I hope they like it. Okay, now, yes, politics, local politics. I like local politics better than federal politics. And joining me today is my good friend and trustworthy friend, and a friend that I admire so much, Mayor of Yorba Linda City, Mr. Craig Young. Welcome, Craig, to my show.
Thank you, Jack. Good to be here again.
Right. So, Mr. Mayor, everybody's ready, and the campaign was going on so well. You're running for the seat of the Assembly of the 55th District
55th, right,
of California.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I heard news that you changed your direction or whatever. And for that, I believe that my audiences and everybody needs an up to date, please.
Well, thank you for having me back, and let me talk about that.
Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
The state is still broken. I'm absolutely convinced. They are way too big, way too controlling, and way too expensive, as we've talked about each of the times that I've been here. And they still are. But the reason for me going to the state to try to fix the problems that we have going on there, if you recall, is part of what I want to do is I want to insist for more local control, more control at the city level, because that's the government organization that is closest to the people. That's the group that is most accountable to the taxpayers, because they're neighbors. You shop with them, your kids play Little League together, and you go to restaurants and you see them, and so there's a whole lot more accountability.
I see.
Well, the challenge we have, what had me decide to step down, at least for the time being, from the State Assembly campaign, is there's a special interest group in Yorba Linda that's been around for quite a while. Special interest from they are pursuing what is important to them as opposed to what's important to the people at large.
I see.
And our current council has made some tremendous progress in the last period of time, and I thought we were in good, solid footing, and that's what freed me up to be able to pursue doing the same kind of work at the state level.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this group saw that my campaign was going so successful, they saw it as an opportunity to try to jump back in and do some terrible things to the city.
Group of interest group. So is it convenient for you to describe the nature of the group?
Sure, yeah. Well, what part would you like me to describe?
I mean, whatever you feel comfortable to the extent that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And still we get the information.
Sure.
About what kind of deals, what kind of interest, what kind of pursue to get into after you're gone or whatever.
Sure. In my opinion, there are two general categories of people who run for city council. You have the people like me and like our last mayor, Tom Lindsay. We have another council member, Gene Hernandez, who are there truly to give back to the city. They're successful business people and say, all right, I will spend a significant amount of my time volunteering at the city level, and then when I'm through, I will be able to leave.
I see.
The other group of people are there because they want to control the city. They want to have their way be able to be used at the city level.
I see.
And actually, that's why I ran. I ran initially for city council to combat that kind of political folks. We don't want people controlling the
to
city.
hold the control.
Absolutely.
To hold the already control, right? So when you say control of the city, though, what kind of control?
Well,
fiscal control or what?
Both fiscal control and property control.
I see.
This other group wants to be in charge of everybody else's properties. They want to be able to decide, should we do this today or should we not do this today, and go back and forth and back and forth. Give you an example, the group that we have in Yorba Linda, and there are these kind of groups throughout the entire state of California, different special interest groups, but what they try to do is they try to have the people have to run through them for the decisions of whether or not people can build on their own properties. I'm a property rights owner kind of a guy. Now we'll create a big umbrella over that. A city should have proper zoning, a good general plan of what the city should look like in the long run. But once you have that in place, and if a property owner is working within that general plan, then they should be allowed to work on their property. That's my opinion of how a city council should work.
I see.
They should be the big picture policymakers, right? Same thing in Sacramento. The legislators should be the big picture policymakers, but instead we have over 2,000 laws proposed every year because they keep wanting to control and control and control.
I see.
And I don't think that's what a state legislator or a city council member should be doing. We should be giving more control to the local taxpayers.
All right. Of course, I have no comment about being right or wrong, hearing what you explain about the city issues, right? But there is some basic we need to talk about is that running city council is all about representing people, right? So representation is the word, the key word of why you're running, because you want to represent, right? So in terms of representation, you're always talking about the number of people, right? Percentage of people, right? So when you say the interest group, whatever, how big a percentage were they or are they representing among the population of Yorba Linda?
That's a great question, and the answer is that they're representing a small group compared to what council should be doing, as what I'm doing is representing a majority. Will you always make everybody happy? It won't happen, of course not, right?
I see.
It's your job as a council person to work for the majority of the population. Let me give you an idea. The group is rallying around a particular decision that a few council members, 3 council members and I have made together, and it is based on a vote that the people voted back even before I was on council. So a couple of years ago, the previous council put a measure ballot together and said, dear people of Yorba Linda, we would like you to vote on which way you would like us to go. Do you want us to go left or do you want us to go right? Well, a majority vote from that ballot vote said, we want to go right. That's what we think is the best for the city. Well, now it should be the city council's job to make sure that that happens, right? Because that's a majority.
You adopt the majority anyway.
So the special interest group that I am deciding I need to make sure that we fight and we don't allow them to regain control, they had some control of the city back at that time, put it to the city vote. The city voted this way. Now they decided, no, we don't like that way, let's go the other way. So they went back in control and they want to put a moratorium of construction in the city. And our answer on council should be, but wait a minute, a majority of our citizens voted to go this direction. Almost, how dare you want to go against the way that the majority voted? That is not our job. Just because we want something different than the general population voted, our job is to go represent the most amount of people.
Of course, we got to understand one thing, that we're on the same page. Being on the same page meaning that either you go on right route or the left route, everything is legal.
Absolutely.
It's legal to do so. Even it's legal to go left, right? So nobody's breaking laws, and everything is fine. So far, so good.
Right.
So you're talking about to represent the majority rather than minority. Am I right?
That's true. Let me provide a little more detail. And you're absolutely correct, Jack. It's not a right or a wrong, but the left direction that they were taking, this actually relates to every city in California has a mandate from the state. And this is really part of the reason why I wanted to go to the legislator in Sacramento, is to get rid of these state mandates. But the mandate...
Like donations.
Like donations. Very good.
City donations,
Yeah,
right?
City donations. Well, the state says that every city should adopt a percentage of the responsibility for the housing that is built. So Yorba Linda is a pretty affluent community, so most of our homes are very expensive homes.
Yes, you're right.
Well, the state mandate says, well, we need you to have some condominiums also. We need to have you have some homes available for those who are a little lower on the socioeconomic levels, and it's your responsibility, City of Yorba Linda, it's your mandate to make sure you build a certain amount of those, or you at least have land available for that for the future.
I see.
So the right says that we are going to abide by what the state says, because if we don't abide by what they say, the state can actually come in and they can completely control our building department.
I see.
And they'd build what we want. Well, most of our community voted against the idea of the state coming in and controlling. They said, no, we want to control it. And the left direction said, no, let's fight the state.
Let's fight.
Well, the reason the previous council that's now flip-flopped on the decision, the reason they were actually recommending going down the right direction before is because, as I said, all the cities and all the counties in the entire state of California have the same mandate. 24 cities, a couple years ago, 24 cities and counties had already gone the left direction and sued the state, saying, you can't tell us to build those properties. Every single city, every single county that sued lost. And so they lost billions of dollars.
I see, I see.
So the right direction says at some point you're not going to keep fighting and spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer dollars just to lose. Let's go ahead and keep the control ourselves.
All right. Okay. Of course, there is always understanding that you oppose it not only for the purpose of oppose it, right? You oppose it for a reason. Right. Let's take a short moment now. When we come back, we'll find out what exactly happens in between choices of left or right with the lovely city of Yorba Linda. Joining me is my good friend, Mayor of Yorba Linda, Mr. Greg Young. So let's take a short moment. When we come back, we'll continue.